Good afternoon, travel professionals, and welcome to today's Jack's Facts training session. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today. We very much appreciate it. I am Doug Cook. I'm the publisher of Jack's Facts Travel Marketing, and I will be your moderator today. And today we're joined by Sasha from Historic Highlights of Germany. Sasha represents 17 cities and towns in Germany, and today he'll be discussing the history and culture of these cities and towns. Also co-presenting with Sasha is Best Western Hotel Group of Central Europe, and Sasha will be introducing his co-presenters shortly. Just a couple reminders, we will have time for questions and answers, and we look forward to those. So please do send them in the space provided, and we will get to them after the presentations. And also today's presentation is being recorded, so we will send you a copy of that, so please just sit back and enjoy the presentation. And with that, let me turn things over to Sasha.
Perfect, Doug. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. As Doug already mentioned, I am not presenting only my 17 cities of historic highlights of Germany, although I only pick on some of them because I want to, I'm going to get joined by my colleagues from Best Western Hotel Group of Central Europe, Sabine, Henning, and Rebecca. They will introduce themselves later on as well. So I am going to start with myself. This is me enjoying a light dinner, light lunch, as you can say, the German way, with some charcuterie and some bread and some cheese. Really yummy, very easy to order, very easy to eat. So a very good dish also to share with friends while traveling. My name is Sasha Meira. I'm the CEO of Historic Highlights of Germany. So to give you a quick overview, a quick info on Germany, we are located in the middle of Europe, as you can see on this little map on your right-hand side, bordered, for example, by France, by Belgium, by the Netherlands, Austria, and so on. This makes us a perfect vacation spot for mono destination travel, but also, as we are surrounded by so many other beautiful countries, a multi-destination hub. We have three major airports, which are Frankfurt, Munich, and Berlin. But I also do want to mention three smaller airports that also have direct connections to the States: Düsseldorf, Stuttgart, and Hamburg up in the north. From all the major airports like Frankfurt, Munich, Berlin, you have direct rail connections with the high-speed rail network of the German Rail. For those who are interested in that, the German rail system, the high-speed rail network system, runs on 100% renewable energy. If some of your clients ask you for that, it's very sustainable to go by train through Germany. And then again, who we are. Historic Highlights of Germany is the name. We also call ourselves Germany's Originals or Germany's Heritage Cities. This means we are 17 boutique destinations off the beaten track, all over Germany, as you can see on the map, from Rostock on the Baltic Sea down south to Freiburg in the Black Forest. I'm currently speaking to you from my hometown, right in the western part of Germany, Trier. It is also one of the cities that I represent in this membership association. Talking about membership association, this means these cities have to fulfill criteria to be a member of ours. You can read some of them on your left-hand side. They have to have at least 100,000 inhabitants up to 400,000 inhabitants. They have to be at least 700 years old. So we have a lot of old stones you can look at, or your clients can look at. And we are university towns, which means we do also have a kind of lifestyle in these old world charm destinations. We are walkable. We are not too small, not too big, as you can see at the number of inhabitants. So very walkable, very green, surrounded by woods and sometimes vineyards, depending on where you are in Germany. And of course, through the 700 years old history, we have centuries old architectural styles in these cities. And also through this history, local drinks and local flavors this local food was preserved over time, so you can experience in every city different meals if you want to. What do we do? What do we promote as historic highlights of Germany? We promote meaningful travel. For us, meaningful travel is to travel to connect either with yourself, with friends, or with family you are traveling with. This can be done, the meaningful travel part, or via train travel, because we think meaningful travel also encompasses the sustainable way of travel. Take a local guide who are usually locals, or not usually, they are locals, the local guides, so you can easily ask them, or your clients can easily ask them how it is to live in this city, how it is to be in this city, what attractions there are, and so on and so on. And the most important one is you can do all of this at your own pace, because we have such a dense structure of old towns in these destinations with a lot to see and do. You can do it at your own pace. It's also all about local culture, being off the beaten track, being aside the main roads. That also has to do something with trying to connect either with the destination or with the people surrounding you, and also the history and lifestyle. But it comes also to an effect that these cities, as they were so old, they have usually daily green farmers markets. So the idea of farm to table, locally sourced and support small businesses, all ties into the idea of having a market in these cities. But also we don't have that many chains when it comes to department stores and so on in our cities. We still have a small structure of vendors that offer small, locally sourced things. So support companies who care, and people who care make a great destination too. So let's deep dive into some of my cities that also have Best Western hotels in them. You will hear later on about the hotels. I'm the part for the nice pictures of the cities and the what to expect from these cities. Freiburg, as I already told you earlier, the capital of the Black Forest, stunning architecture right at the footsteps of the Black Forest. The picture you can see on your left-hand side with an overview of the old town is this little green wood that you already see there is already part of the Black Forest. And then you have these little streams running through the old town. It's a really picturesque old town. What not to miss is a small little tiny hike, which is really just 10 minutes up the hill to get this beautiful view of Freiburg Cathedral. And when you are down at Freiburg Cathedral, again, after this little hike, enjoy one of the so-called lange Rote, literally translated into long red sausage, you can see on the left-hand picture. Heading on to Münster, which is in the northwestern part of Germany. Not so well known destination, but it definitely should be on your list while you are in the area of Cologne and Düsseldorf, especially when you land in Düsseldorf or your clients land in Düsseldorf. It is very close to Münster. It has so many Baroque buildings. You can see that beautifully here on the right-hand side with the Baroque church, the Clemens Church. Hearty German food in that area, very hearty. So this is really where you can experience Germany kind of at its best. Amazing beer in that area. This is not a wine growing region, so you should, or your clients should taste the beer in that region. That's what it's famous for. And during Christmas time, it is just beautiful, as you can see on the right hand side, which we have now at the moment, with the beautiful lit up main market there. Heading on to Regensburg in Bavaria. Some of you might know it through the cruises. It's right on the Danube. So it's easy accessible, and most of the big cruise companies stop in Regensburg. The beautiful cathedral in the middle, the entrance gate to the old stone bridge that goes over the Danube, and we have, if you are right at the Danube, there is the oldest sausage making kitchen, or sausage kitchen is called, where you get the 6 on sauerkraut, it's called, 6 little sausages on sauerkraut. And do not forget the local beer, because we all know southern Bavaria is famous for its beers. Another sausage that you should try when in Regensburg is a so-called Regensburger Knacker. It is served on the market square surrounding the Neufar church. It's a different kind of preparing it. It's more like the color of the sausage is more in the red part of the color palette, and it is served with gherkins and horseradish. After these delicious sausages from Regensburg, don't forget to visit beautiful churches there, like this one you see on your right-hand side. Going on to Wurzburg in northern Bavaria, talking about beer in Bavaria. Northern Bavaria, parts of northern Bavaria are also famous for its wines. When you are in Wurzburg, which is on the Main River, where also cruises stop, you will have the opportunity to drink wine on a bridge with a view, as you can see on the right-hand side picture. Middle picture, the fortress, the entrance to the fortress high above the city, and on your left-hand side, the house to the Falcon, which also has the tourist information inside of it. And on the other hand side of that beautiful Baroque architecture is a nice cafe where you can just sit and relax and see the people go by. Talking about eating, you should definitely eat one of these on the left-hand side picture. It's a pork shoulder, which is very, very good to digest, I have to say, because although it's so much meat, you can easily digest it very well. I can definitely say that. After this kind of heavy food, you probably want to walk a little bit, maybe to the UNESCO World Heritage Site Wurzburg Residence, which you can see on your left-hand side. And once a year, they also have a wine festival next to the residence. Going on to Aachen and Erfurt. Aachen is on the border to Maastricht in the Netherlands. You kind of see the architecture there, which also is almost like in the Netherlands, but it is in Germany, and you have a special kind of treat there, which my colleagues from Best Western will tell you later on too. Erfurt, right in the city of Erfurt, right in the middle, in the heart of Germany, features the longest bridge you can see in this picture, with houses on both sides of it. And they are still inhabited. People work there, people live there. And it's a very nice walk over the bridge too. Bonn on your left-hand side, it's the birthplace of Beethoven, where we celebrated 250 years of Beethoven 2 years ago. Last year, 2020. And other than that, it's a really nice city, very close to Cologne. If your clients already have been to Cologne and want to see something else in that area, I think Bonn is really, really good, because it's just a beautiful city, the former capital of Germany, but still has preserved so much of its old town and surroundings. Then we have Osnabrück, which is very close to Münster, which I showed you earlier. Both together called also the City of Peace, because that's where the 30 years war was ended in 1946. 1648. Sorry, wrong number. 1648. And that was the first war that was ended by negotiations ever in history. And this beautiful medieval gem also still has preserved so much of its history. And if you have clients of Jewish belief, we also have an amazing museum there that was built by the famous architect Daniel Liebeskind and is about Jewish heritage. Talking about wine and wine growing regions, Trier and Wiesbaden are both located in two wine growing regions. Trier on the Moselle River with the famous Riesling, many people of you probably know about. This is the Electoral Palace that you see there. On the other hand side, we have Wiesbaden, very close to Frankfurt Airport. So if you are flying in, or if your clients are flying in or out of Frankfurt, this is a great option to have your last or first stop on a tour through Germany or Europe. So my takeaways for you today from my part of the presentation: take your clients off the beaten track, but also put bucket list destinations, probably as Munich, Berlin, and so on that itinerary, so they can experience all of Germany. Meaningful travel is easy to create and achieve in Germany, and we do have a free travel advisor kit with pictures, videos, and sample itineraries on our website. Having said this, here are my contact details. You will get a presentation. You can review the presentation again on the JaxFacts website. And with having said this, I will hand over to my colleagues from Best Western, and they should take it from there. It's your turn. Thank you. Henning, we can't hear you. Can you say something?
Or try it again.
Yes, there you are. Perfect. Thank you,
okay.
Henning.
Okay, so I try it again. Yeah, thank you, Sasha. So good evening from Germany, good day or good morning to America, wherever you are. Yeah, we are very happy that we can introduce you to the world of our BWH hotel group in Central Europe. My name is Henning Britz, and together with Sabine Lüttke and Rebecca Gehring, we will present you some of our wonderful hotels. So, do I have the presentation mode? Because it's not.
Yes, you should have the presentation mode. Yeah, it works.
There we go. So now you can see our faces. And yeah, as I mentioned, I'm Henning Britz, and together with me today we have Sabine and Rebecca. Our headquarters is in Germany, responsible for several states in Europe. In addition to Germany, we also are in charge of countries such as Austria, Switzerland, and Luxembourg. In Sasha's presentation, you already have learned a lot about the German heritage cities, and you know the locations now. And in these cities, which are now marked in red, you can find, besides all the cultural facts and the cultural history Sasha mentioned, some hotels of our hotel group. Of course, we would like to introduce you to each of our hotels, but that would go beyond the time frame, I guess. So therefore, we decided to present you some selected hotels, each individual and unique in its own way. And the first destination of our trip is Aachen.
Thank you very much, Henning. I hope everyone can hear me. Hello from my side as well. Yeah, let's start with the Best Western Plus Hotel Regents in Aachen. That is a nice city room hotel, 60-room city hotel, owned by a family since more than 30 years. Guests appreciate the very familiar atmosphere, and the good atmosphere is also reflected in the staff. All staff members have been there for a long time, the youngest one for 10 years. Since 2018, all rooms, lobby, and restaurant have been renovated and are fresh, modern, and stylish. There are different room categories, and depending on the length of stay, the larger rooms are recommended. A small wellness area is also new, so for relaxing after perhaps a long day. The hotel is very centrally located, and the great old town with its cathedral is now the Christmas market, for example, is just in walking distance. Right now, there is a huge smell, a great smell of gingerbread everywhere, for which the city is as well very famous. There it comes, the gingerbread. So slowly but surely, it's coming. And as Sasha already mentioned, it's very close to the Netherlands and as well to the Belgium border. So your clients could reach both countries within 20 to 25 minutes, either by car or bus. And it is possible to go on a 3-country cycle tour even during one day. To visit Cologne and Düsseldorf, it just takes 1 minute 20 roundabout by car or train. So from that place in Aachen, we will travel to Thuringia, which Sasha presented as well already. It's Erfurt. And there we will have the Best Western plus Hotel Excelsior. There it comes. It is a house with a long history. In 1716, it was the first tavern in Erfurt. From a tavern, it changed to a café with rooms. And even from that period of time, a few Art Nouveau Deco styles still could be discovered. And further on to the Best Western Hotel. In 2012, they changed from the Best Western Core brand to the Best Western Plus brand. Hospitality is really practiced since ages. There as well, we have a family cordiality, and it is a really important feature and very much appreciated by the guests. They have a top location. The main railway station and the picturesque city center with its famous Kramer Bridge, which we saw during Sasha's presentation, are just 5 minutes in walking distance. In order to always stay up to date, renovations and investments were also made there. In 2019, the House Thomas was attached. All rooms are air conditioned, and there are as well wonderful handicapped accessible rooms. On the left-hand side or the left corner, we can see one of the rooms, and they have, for example, a foldable clothes rail. In total, the hotel has 92 rooms. In the evening, the hotel bar is available, and of course, they are offering Thuringian specialties such as Erfurt gin, Born mustard, and of course, you have to try the so-called bratwurst and the typical Thuringian dumplings. A wide choice of restaurants is really very close by. So, from here, we travel further on, and I hand over to Rebecca.
Thank you very much, Sabine. I hope you all can hear me. So the next hotel I would like to present to you is the Best Western Premier Hotel Rebstock in the middle of Germany in Wurzburg. In the center of the Baroque city lies the hotel, your home in Wurzburg, known since 1408. Behind a listed Rococo facade, you will find the caring atmosphere of a family-run business, where all employees are customer and quality-oriented from the heart. Here, simple elegance and a restrained modernity prevail, while in the Hotel Rebstock, different furnishing styles offer something special for every guest. Furthermore, the hotel has its own restaurant called Kuno 1408. Here you can enjoy French-inspired Franconian gourmet cuisine with a large selection of predominantly Franconian wines. In the salon, a modern bistro kitchen in a living room atmosphere and a small bar with local gin and whiskey specialties await you. The next hotel I'm presenting to you is in Freiburg in the southwest of Germany. It's the Best Western Premier Hotel Victoria. The Best Western Premier Hotel Victoria in Freiburg has been family run for a long time and is a very innovative house. The hotel looks back on a rich history starting in 1870 with its construction. The building is still preserved in its original form today. Later, in 1938, Markus Speth, the grandfather of today's hotel director Bertram Speth, acquires the hotel and adds a kitchen and a restaurant. In 1985, Bertram and Astrid Speth joined the management, and new ideas for environmental protection and new concepts emerge. In 1989, the hotel bar is converted into the Cocktail Hemingway. The new bar has been visited by Hemingway's son. A little down the road in 1999, in addition to a room conversion of the attic and the new building section 2, the solar system is installed on the flat roof. 16 hotel rooms can be supplied with electricity. The remaining electricity demand is covered by the participation in the Ettenheim wind farm. Throughout the years, the Best Western Premier Hotel Victoria is awarded with many awards regarding its sustainability. Since 2002, the hotel is climate neutral. In 2015, the hotel celebrated its 145th birthday. During the corona pandemic, the hotel closed for a period of 6 months for the first time in its history. The time is used to expand the lobby on the ground floor. The so-called living room is created with comfortable seating, a bookcase, coffee machine, and drinks fridge. And with that, back to you, Sabine.
Thank you very much. Because we are not far away from the Black Forest, we will take you now for a little short trip to the Black Forest and to the Hofgut Stern. It's just 30 minutes from Freiburg away and really fantastic, located between Freiburg and the Titisee, the very famous place in the Black Forest. And the Hofgut Stern is belonging to our Schur Hotel collection by Best Western and is situated in a park area. It is a 4-star hotel at the foot of a widely romantic Ravenna Gorge, which you can see in the middle on the left-hand side behind the our typical Black Forest hotel. And the traditional merge with the images of the Black Forest could be found there. A place full of history and tradition. Even Marie Antoinette, our poet Goethe, Napoleon III were guests. The Hofgut could really tell a lot of stories. They were all guests of the hotel back then, when the way to the Höllental, that's the area over there, was far from being as carefree as it is today. On the area, there are 2 more guest houses, a glass manufactory with the 2 glass artists. One can be seen here on the right-hand side, and the open melting furnace. And there is a cuckoo's nest where you can learn how the cuckoo gets into the clock. This is really a very kind and very amusing seminar. The hotel is as well able to combine century-old Black Forest tradition with modern technology. The entire Hofgut Stern area is supplied with renewable energy from its own power plant. The whole area, the whole resort, we can really see, is belonging to a very dedicated family from the Black Forest. And now I would hand over to Henning again.
Thank you very much, Sabine, and also thank you very much, Rebecca. And got to know 5 hotels in selected cities in more detail. And however, we are represented by hotels in many more cities, not only in these small amount of cities. In total, we offer you accommodation in more than 200 hotels. Each hotel is different and no one is like the other. For example, I would like to mention Regensburg. As we also heard from Sasha before, we are pretty sure that some of you know the city. As he also mentioned, a lot of river cruises start and end over here. We have 2 hotels in Regensburg, 1 Best Western hotel and 1 World hotel. The diversity of the hotels that we have in our BWH hotel group is very wide. We offer a hotel for every budget, small budget as well as high quality and luxury. In total, you and your clients can choose from 18 brands. Most of you will know our popular brand of Best Western hotels, I think. As you can see in the pictures, each of our hotels is unique. It's not comparable with other classic hotel chains. Some of our hotels are located within beautiful landscapes like Oberstdorf and Zermatt, which you can see on the top left and the bottom right. And other hotels will offer you a very special overnight stay like Bad Rappenau or Böblingen, which is located close to Stuttgart, where you can sleep in historical cars, for example. So for further information, you can visit our German or our US websites. And of course, we are also available via email, or you can give us a call. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope you enjoyed our presentations, and I think we are now ready for some questions.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Henning and Rebecca and Sabine, and of course, Sasha. We appreciate those presentations, and I have to say that I am starving after one of those. I'm going to have to go to my local German restaurant tonight for some bratwurst. Everything
Bon
looked
appetit.
fantastic. Thank you. Okay, let me jump into questions here. What do we have? Okay, Sasha, looks like this one is for you. They're wondering if you can suggest or know of any heritage tours available, possibly a group that would help with research discovery of genealogy.
Yeah, this part is very easy to access. Actually, not in one of my cities, I have to say, but in northern Germany, there is the town of or the city of Bremerhaven. In Bremerhaven, we have a dedicated museum to the emigration of Germans to the States, because through the port of Bremerhaven, more than 80% or 85% of the population now living in the States that claim German ancestry left through this port. Maybe my colleagues from Best Western can say if there is a hotel as well from Best Western. I don't know exactly about that.
Yes, we do have a wonderful place over there, and it's really a very interesting place to go to have a look into the back or into the history. And we know that a lot of Americans are traveling there, combining it with Bremen, for example, and have a look into the history. Yeah.
Great, thank you. For
And
Best
then,
Western.
Doug,
Sure.
may I just add?
Absolutely.
Once you know where your ancestors come from, it might usually be from one of my cities or very close to one of my cities, because they are so old already. And with many people I talk about this, many ancestors come from very close to my cities. So start your discovery of your ancestry in Bremerhaven, and then move on to one of my cities.
Excellent. Thank you, Sasha. For Best Western, can you tell us briefly the difference between the Best Western Plus and the Best Western Premier brands?
Yeah, as you can see, let's say the difference between those both are not that huge. It's for the Premier, they're a little bit more outstanding. They are a little bit more unique and have, like the one in Böblingen, they have something special that you will not find in other hotels, what you would expect, for example. And the plus is like the plus of quality that you have compared to the classical Best Western hotels.
Okay, great. Thank you, Henning. And do most of your properties or all of your properties include breakfast?
Yes, they all include breakfast.
They all include breakfast.
Yes,
Wonderful.
that's right. Nobody
One
has
of the
to
great
go to the
things
next
about
coffee
traveling
shop.
in Europe.
No, everyone can start with a good coffee and yeah, the day.
Exactly. That's great. Thank you. Sasha, can you tell us a little bit about your website, what it contains? Does it have activities? Does it have itinerary suggestions, that kind of thing?
Yeah, if you go on our website, historicgermany.travel, you will find a button that leads you to our trade website. It's called Trade. On there, you will have different options where you can click on either if it's for pictures and videos that you want to use, or if you want itinerary proposals, tour proposals. You can also click on a button if you just need a guided tour in one of the cities. That will all lead you to my cloud that I installed a year ago. You don't need any access code or password for that. Just click on the website onto one of these buttons, and it will forward you directly to my cloud. In there, you either find, as I said, the pictures and videos, or 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 PDFs with all the information in there about hotels in my cities. What do I have there? Which tours are available in my cities? Also, where to book if you are an Avanti agent or if you are affiliated with Virtuoso. We are bookable in all these places.
Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, it looks like that's it for questions. Thank you all very much for the presentations. We appreciate it, and thank you to the travel advisors for joining us today. Sasha, Honey, Rebecca, Sabina, I will leave the final word to whoever would like to say something.
Yeah,
I think
go
I
ahead,
would
Pasha.
just say thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful Christmas time, a happy New Year, and we are happy to see all of your clients in Germany in 2022.
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
the same for us. I think we don't have to add anything else. Yeah, have a very good Christmas and get started well into the new year. And yeah, see you in Germany.
Thank you very much to everyone, and have a wonderful day today.
Perfect. All right.
Thank
you
you.
all very much again. I hope you all have a very happy holiday season. That
Yeah,
will do it
thank
for
you.
today's training session. We
Yeah,
will be
super.
signing off now, and we will see you all next time. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.